Hey everybody, welcome back to GWN. I am Noctair, your host. So I've been working on my main game today, my primary game, the Noctair game. And specifically I wanted to get some more gold and also to work on the Barbarian King. Since I need some Dark Elixir, I jumped over to using miners. And this strat's pretty straightforward. It's got 5 healers, 2 baby dragons, 30 miners, and then 2 Hog Riders, so that if I need to, I can, kind of suss out whatever might be in the clan castle. Although, to be honest, I usually don't use them. They end up going in and taking out a couple of defenses along the way. On the spells, I usually have a bunch of heals with me because that's what I'm going to use to keep the miners up and running. So I start off with the Queen Walker. Queen comes in, and her primary job is to clear out some of that early defensive stuff, because I want the miners to kind of funnel in. So I'll have her clear out the bottom or a side or something like that. And then off to the wings there, you'll see me drop in the baby dragons. They'll clear out a little bit as well. And what I'm doing is I'm creating a funnel. Now the one thing that could cause me a problem is if I leave a building or two, like in this case an army camp that's sitting there. But usually it's not that big of a deal. Usually you still can get enough out that you'll funnel troops into wherever you're sending them. In this case, I want them to work their way into the middle of the base. Then finally, I drop the miners. I drop a few off to the right to take out that army camp that I didn't get before. And then I just drop the rest of them in one big pack. And sure as the day is long, they work their way around and into the middle of the base. You can see them getting in there. The siege machine opened the base up for my ground-based troops, in this case the heroes, to walk their way in toward the middle, so they get in there as well. Between them and the miner, I'm going to knock out that town hall without too terrible much problem. But obviously, in this particular case, the goal is the resources. Specifically, I wanted to get that Dark Elixir storage, and I did. I ended up walking away with around 4,000 or so in Dark Elixir, which is not too bad. Not too bad at all. And this base has around 500 or so thousand of both elixir and gold, so it's a pretty good raid. Not a bad raid at all. I'm working up in Titans right now, and to be honest, I'm not seeing a whole lot of great bases up here. I mean, even this is a Champs 1 base, and most of the replays I think I got are actually from Champion League 1, if memory serves. Even though I'm in Titan. I'm actually Titan 2 of all things, and pretty well up in the Titan ranks as well. So I don't know. At least I'm not spending too terrible much time in the clouds. Typically no more than 5 or 10 minutes. That's a blessing in and of itself, I suppose. The Town Hall 12 version of this strat costs 440,000 elixir and 385 DE. So having that higher bonus that you get out of Titans, which is around 300,000, really helps out a lot to recover that. I'm not mining for elixir here. I'm using this strat to get Dark Elixir, and that's where it really excels, because for all intents and purposes, it doesn't use any Dark Elixir. I mean, I take along a couple of Hog Riders here, and of course I take a poison spell, but you can just easily eliminate the Hog Riders and take a freeze spell instead if you want to, and not use any Dark Elixir at all. I just like to have something in case I run into the occasional clan castle that maybe has something in it, But for the main part, that doesn't happen. So, up to you what you want to do. Town Hall 11, same basic layout, but I dump the Hog Riders. I only take 25 miners. And I still take my heal, rage, poison, healers, the baby dragons. It's like I said, roughly the same. About 337,000 elixir, 125 on the Dark Elixir just for that poison spell. So it really works much the same way on either Town Hall 11 or Town Hall 12. Probably the only real difference is the walk, your queen walk, because you're obviously going to be running a little bit lower level of a queen on Town Hall 11 when you do this. Now here you can see I'm going on a Town Hall 11 base, and it's decently along. I mean, it's not fully maxed. It's still working on walls and such, but it's pretty good and far along with its defenses, and even still, the troops are able to knock out just about everything. As is always the case with any of these strats, whether it's on the builder base or the home village, timing is everything. If you can get your timing down, you're going to do well with it. I think probably the toughest thing about this particular strat is knowing where in the world those miners are at. It is so hard to track them, and I'm doing good. Don't get me wrong, but I'm still learning how to really keep an eye on where they go, especially when they split off into 2 or 3 groups. And you need to know that because you have to drop the healing spells at the right points to keep them alive. You don't want to just, drop them all over the place. It's not like a jump spell where it's going to last forever. Well, not forever, but you know what I mean. With these heal spells, you only get just enough time to really heal up once, maybe twice on a troop that's in the thick of it. So you gotta drop them in a way that's gonna maximize their value. And if you can't tell where the troops are because they keep on going underground, that's tough. The ways I kind of keep track of it, I look at the buildings as they're going down, and I want to look at the little slider at the top of the building as it's going down to determine which ones are going really, really fast, because that tells me when there's a lot of troops right there. Another way to watch, of course, is the trails. Sometimes you can see the trails, especially if you've gotten a lot of buildings down. But other than that, it's just a practiced eye and nothing more, nothing less. This last one here is a donut base, and the donut bases, I know it sounds silly to say it, but I actually like walking around the bases. I don't necessarily just want to go straight into the middle like I do with the more square bases or those that have multiple compartments. If I can get troops to move their way around the base, they do just fine. The only problem is, as you would expect, that Eagle artillery can definitely knock some serious problems into your troops. So, kind of got to get into that. And for that, I like taking my siege machine. Wallricker does a great job, so long as I can get it in there. I'll toss in some bowlers, let them get into the middle, and then drop a rage spell on them. Usually take a rage spell in my clan castle as well, since we can take 2 units now. It makes sense to take a rage along with us. But like I said, in this particular case, this is a donut base, and it's going to work its way around. And you can see them on the lower left-hand side there. There's one on the outside track, one on the inside track. And the Archer Queen is working the innermost track as she walks around as well. So there's literally 3 different attack vectors underway on this base at the time. Thankfully, the healers switch up and work their way over to the Archer Queen again, because she definitely needed a little bit of healing with the pummeling that she's been taking up in the up in the side there. But it works out good. They walk their way around until finally down at the very end they take out the last few buildings, and I walk away with another 3-star on this one. This one was more of a, I just wanted to see what happens. There wasn't as much resources on it, but I did grab a few trophies, which is always helpful when you're playing up in Titans, because it's very, very few trophies that you can get. And I wanted to see if the troops would form the multiple tracks, and they did. So I keep that in mind, and in the future I'm going to try it a few more times and see if I can actually do this intentionally on a regular and consistent basis. I don't know, we'll see. But that's my video for today. I hope you guys found this useful in these replays. If you got any questions or comments, please do drop them down below, and you can always email me, gamingwithnock at gmail.com. I answer all emails and all comments as well. On that note, I'm going to get out of here and do some more farming. I got some more upgrades to run, guys. Y'all take care and keep on clashing. Bye-bye.